Change you must. This is the message that the corona crisis has given to everyone on this planet, especially to schools. This change is better defined by the term digital transformation. It might be a new term for the education industry, but not for the corporate world. Many leading companies in the world had started their digital transformation journey few years back. But the educational institutes were comfortably walking on the old paths till the corona crisis came out of nowhere and pushed them off the track. The push has been really hard, and now schools and colleges are forced to adopt a new way of life. So this video is about the digital transformation of schools. I shall create a separate video on digital transformation for colleges. Let's start with a question, which I am asking to the principals, the directors, and the management of the schools. What's really forcing you to change? You will be tempted to respond, it's the corona crisis. But that answer will get only 4 out of 10. Because you are acknowledging the big tsunami of corona, but not the even bigger ice age started by the new demands of the 21st century industry, also known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution or Industry 4.0. The tsunami of corona will end in a few quarters, but the ice age has set in. For the next few decades, Fourth Industrial Revolution has already begun. Schools are very fortunate that their ideal response to the immediate corona crisis is same as their ideal response to the new long-term demands of Industry 4.0. Sectors like transport, tourism, and hospitality are not that fortunate. So let's understand what's your ideal response or the ideal digital transformation journey. First of all, please understand it is definitely not about running live classes on Zoom. That's a knee-jerk reaction you have given in response to the corona crisis, but it's not the right approach and it is bound to fail, leaving the teachers, students, and parents disappointed very soon. Live online classes may work only with very mature, self-motivated, and experienced students, typically like the professionals in the corporate world, not even the college students. Then, what is digital transformation of schools all about? It is all about achieving your transformation goals with the help of digital technologies, which means you first need to have full clarity about your transformation goals. What is it that you wish to see your school get transformed into? And then, number 2, you need clarity on the best digital technologies to make that happen. We will talk about both in this video. First, your transformation goals. You must have heard and talked a lot about it in recent years that schools must now start producing future-ready students who are self-learners, critical thinkers, good collaborators or team players, problem solvers, and empathetic global citizens. This becomes your transformation goal or vision. Great, but vision statements are not action plans. Let's get more specific. You must also have heard and talked many times in recent years that the most promising approach to achieve this goal is the pedagogy called flipped classroom, haven't you? I am not going into the details of flipped classroom approach, but to quickly summarize, it is basically flipping or turning around the activities which happen in a classroom and at students' home. So, in this new system, the student self-learns the lesson at home from videos or online courses, and in the class, in presence of teacher, they do the practice exercises of those lessons, solve doubts, do group discussions, etc. I am sure you already know all of this. So basically, your digital transformation goal should be like this. Proper implementation of the flipped classroom model of teaching learning using suitable digital technologies. This truly puts the horse before the cart. You want to know what's the wrong example of goal setting? Read this. To adopt state-of-the-art education technology in school to provide a cutting-edge learning environment to our students. That puts the cart before the horse. Going digital should never be the main objective. It should only be a means to achieve some real objective. Alright. We are now very close to creating an action plan for our goal. Here are 3 questions that we need to answer. First, what new teaching learning processes need to be established in your school in line with flipped classroom model? Second, what digital technologies will be required to power the new way of teaching learning? And third, what new skills do students and teachers will require to make the best use of the new digital tools and processes? Answering all 3 questions thoughtfully is extremely important for the success of your digital transformation plan. Let me kickstart your thinking process using scenario-based planning. Let's draw 3 columns on a paper: processes, digital tools, and skills. Now let's imagine the most common scenario in your school, that is, a teacher conducting a class. But this is a flipped classroom, so the events go like this. Event number 1. Teacher gives learning tasks to students as homework by prescribing some learning content like videos, online courses, websites, PDFs, PPTs, etc. Event number 2. Students watch or read the prescribed content at home. Event number 3. Students log their doubts while learning on the school portal. Event number 4. Next day in the classroom, teacher looks at the doubts list and solves them for all students. Other activities like quiz etc. happen in the class. Event number 5. The teacher may also ask students to submit some work online in the form of file uploads or publishing blog posts. That finishes the normal teaching learning process of a topic in a flipped classroom. Now let's fill those 3 columns for each event. Event number 1. Teacher gives learning tasks to students as homework. The process here is, teacher must provide a web link to the learning content like the video, PPT or online course etc., which could be residing on your school portal or the open internet. Digital tools here would be an online notice board where teacher can write the task details for students, and an online content repository where she can upload content for students, for example her PPTs or her recorded videos. Skills required would be, the teacher must have content creation skills and skills for searching trustworthy knowledge on internet. Practically, most of the time, teachers would be searching for good content online rather than creating something from scratch. Event number 2. Students watch or read the prescribed content at home. The process here is, students must log in into the school portal to access the class notice board. They must download or open the content on their device for which the teacher has provided the web link. Skills required would be, students must be skilled in self-learning from an online course or video. Many times, especially in the middle and higher grades, the teacher may ask students to first search for content online and then learn from it. So, students too would require smart searching skills. Event number 3. Students log their doubts on the school portal. The process is, teacher creates a thread on the discussion forum, for example, doubts of topic on water cycle, and students reply to it with their doubts. Digital tool used would be an online discussion forum. Skills required would be forum discussion skills for students and teachers. Event number 4. In the classroom next day, teacher looks at the doubts list and solves them for all students. Digital tools required would be to provide access to school portal from within the classroom. Event number 5. The teacher may ask students to submit some work online in the form of file uploads or publishing of blog posts. Digital tools used would be content repository for students to upload files and a blog module where they can post articles. Here, the skills required would be, students must be able to create digital content such as documents, presentations, videos, graphics, etc. And they should also be able to write blog articles properly. In special cases, especially in the middle and higher grades, there could also be an event 6. The teacher may ask the students to collaborate or discuss in groups on a topic on the forums for projects. This would require advanced level of skills of online forum discussions in the students and teachers. All events described by me along with the processes are collectively called the flipped classroom pedagogy. All the digital tools collectively form an intra-school portal which runs on something called CMS or a content management system. There are some great CMSs available as free and open source. All the skills listed here plus the online safety skills are collectively called the digital citizenship and internet maturity skills. You now have a much clearer picture of your digital transformation plan. Some of you might be wondering, where are the hi-fi buzzwords in this plan? AR, VR, AI. Those are like the exotic cherries on the cake. Worry about them only when you have successfully baked the cake and everyone is happy eating it. Basically, avoid the buzzwords till you have successfully ran the school portal system for one full academic year. Policies are also an important part of digital transformation, but that's beyond the scope of this video. We have created a sample draft of an acceptable use and behavior policy for schools. It will keep your school legally protected and will help you to enforce digital discipline in your school. I know that's a pain point. You can freely download it from our website. Go to imature.in/schools. Okay, so let me tell you what role does imature.in play in your digital transformation journey. We take care of the third column, that is, the internet maturity skills of your students and teachers. These skills will be the foundation on which your digitally transformed school will stand. You are welcome to explore the details on imature.in/schools. You can also download our free curriculum framework for teaching DCIM skills to the students. If your students and teachers have digital citizenship and internet maturity skills, they can adapt to all kinds of digital processes and technologies. But if they don't have DCIM skills, you are looking at a very expensive failure, just like many corporates had faced who spent on technology but not on skills. I would love to discuss with you your digital transformation strategies for your school individually. You are welcome to book a slot on imature.in/schools for free consultation with me, where I would try to answer your queries on digital transformation and brainstorm with you. You can also read the contents of this video in article format on imature.in/blog. Let's get going. The future of India depends upon your decision. Thank you, and I won't say goodbye because he wants to say hello.